What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to talk about what to do with a firearm that is unreliable or having major issues, because I had a couple people comment down below, what do I do with it? On top of that, I keep having issues after getting it back. What do I do with it? Do I just sell it? I need to get rid of this thing. And I get that. And I also want to put a disclaimer in this video. Neither of these firearms that you see have had any reliability issues. They're just the firearms I had out for making this video, and a lot of people complain when there are no firearms in the video, so I just thought I'd give you guys something to look at while I talk. Now, what I do, I've had a couple firearms that have had major issues, and the first thing I do is call customer service. If it's your only firearm, then you definitely want to call customer service and try and get it going as quick as possible. That's why it's nice to have a backup firearm or a couple firearms. Therefore, if you have one go down or you buy a new one and it has issues that you plan on carrying, you still have another option. So I always like to have an extra firearm just in case my main carry isn't working. And this is even before I started YouTube and before I had a lot of firearms, right? But I've had a couple firearms that have had major issues. I've had good luck with some brands, bad luck with others, good customer service with some, bad customer service with others. And that's just how it goes, and that's how it is across the board in the firearm community. You'll constantly hear people's stories, whether good or bad, of how these companies take care of their problems. So you just want to definitely test that first. What I do respect about Taurus is when I got the GX4, like the first couple days it came out, it had a major trigger issue, but they had my firearm working. It's been 100% reliable throughout thousands of rounds since, all in 3 weeks. And that was very impressive. That was awesome, especially with all the horror stories I've heard about Taurus in the past. Also, SIG has great customer service. So shout out to them. Now, what I did when I had my first firearm that had major issues, it was a Ruger SR9C, similar to the one that I have now. And it just had so many problems. I mean, you couldn't get through 2 magazines without an issue. So I called Ruger, and I ended up having it sent back. They said they did the fix. They said they shot like 20 rounds through it, and it ran fine. And I was trying to explain to them, the firearm 2 mags is 20 rounds for the SR9C, unless they were using the 17-round mags, but they weren't. Therefore, you only ran 20 rounds to make sure my firearm's going to work. What if that 21st round is where the malfunction is? And of course, when I got it back, that's what happened. Depending on the ammo you used, stuff like that, I was still having issues. So therefore, they didn't fix the problem. They didn't diagnose it properly or whatever. So I got frustrated, and honestly, I went and sold it. I didn't know what else to do. I felt sort of hopeless from them. And then also, you'll have times where you call them for a fix, and they'll take it, and they'll end up wanting to charge you. That's ridiculous. If the firearm doesn't work, never let them charge you. Argue until they fix it, because it's on them. But what do you do when you get it back and they say, yep, it's fixed, and you keep having issues? That's a big deal if that's your only carry firearm. So what I usually do is I will try and fix it, but if whatever I do to it doesn't work, then you have to get rid of it. You can't keep a firearm that malfunctions, and that's where there's like a gray area. Do you sell it? Do you sell it to a gun shop? What do you do with it exactly if the own company who builds the firearm, makes the firearms, can't make the fix? And so therefore, last resort, then you can do it. But I'd say don't sell a firearm that's going to malfunction to someone or a shop where someone else is going to come in and buy that firearm, because they're going to go through the same exact thing as you, and it's going to be a disaster, and it's going to make them feel like crap about buying that firearm. So try and get it fixed. Always give it a couple tries, use customer service, but if it all else fails, I guess you can get rid of it, or you can just hold on to it and just use it as a range toy. But try and prevent what happened to you happening to someone else, because that's a terrible feeling to buy a firearm and it's just an absolute mess. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.